All right, so in this video, we're going to be taking a look at making a bead focal. Now, this project does take a little bit more effort, but it's still pretty straightforward. But yeah, it does, it's a little bit more intricate, a few more moving parts here. So a little bit more complicated, but honestly, not too bad. So let's just dive in here, show you how it's done. What we're going to do, like with most images that we do, we start off with an image here in chat. And so we asked chat to remove the drop shadows, and this is the image it ultimately gave us. And so that looks pretty good. And then all I asked for it to do was to remove the black outline around the USD, and that's what it gave us there. And that's kind of sort of what I was expecting. All right. So now that we've gotten that accomplished, now we can go ahead and take this image and we can right click and copy the image. And then we're going to go to a website called Vectorizer AI. And we're going to go ahead and paste our image in place, and it's automatically going to convert it to us as an SVG file. Now, I do pay 10 bucks a month for this service. It's worth every nickel. Absolutely. Does a really good job. Really good job. No fuss, no muss. We just download it and away we go. That's it. So we'll call it Colby Focal. Okay. And that's it. So then we could go into Inkscape here and we'll hit File and Open, and we'll open up our Colby focal point bead here. So there we go. So there is our SVG file. Now you can see it does come in with a bunch of groups, and that's the first thing we need to dispose of. So we just select that, come all the way down here, shift select the bottom one, and then we're going to right click over one of those groups and ungroup. And now you can see we have no groups. So we'll go ahead and delete anything that we don't need. We'll go ahead and get rid of. Let's move this off our white build plate here because I want to look at it like this. So the first thing I want to do is start turning off things that we know we're going to keep. So we know, for example, we're going to keep this orange ring right here, right? We're going to keep that orange ring. And then we also have one down here. Now, this one is not a, it is a ring. I lied. It is a ring. So let's go ahead and take both of those and let's just hit Control K. Now, what that does is that combines them. So it's the same as path and combine, okay? So now that we can just turn that off for a moment. And now you can see we have some white parts up here of our design, and then we have a white part down here. Now, I don't really know what this is. I don't really know what that is. Oh, I do know what this is. That's part of my black outline. So let's just turn that off momentarily because that's part of this black outline that goes around Colby. Now, what I want to do, I do want to do this. I want to, let's do this. Let's take our eagle here. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and cut. We have a white piece on top, so let's go ahead and cut that. So we've got our white piece, shift click. We're going to do control minus. That's the same as if we went path and difference here. And now we're going to take the bits of our eagle here. Let's go ahead and select all those. So select one, shift click the others. There's 4 of them, and control K. That is combined. And see, we can toggle our eagle on and off. Now, what I want to do here is I want to, what do I want to do here? I'm just trying to think the easiest way to do this. All right, let's do this. Let's go ahead and take our eagle and let's duplicate him. So that's path 28, 25 rather. And let's go ahead and do an offset of our eagle. Now let's give it a color. And how much do we want to offset? Let's just try 1. So let's just try 1 millimeter. I don't really know how big an offset this we need, but let's just try 1. All right, and this is what we're trying to get rid of. That little gap right there, we're trying to get rid of that. So let's go ahead and bump it up until it's totally gone. Yeah, see there, totally gone, totally gone. All right, and that's all we really needed to do here. So now that we're happy with that, let's go ahead and select that, and let's go up here to path, and let's choose object to path, step 1. And then what we're gonna do now, if we go back here, we have our green one selected, just so you can see this. All right, and so we're gonna take that and shift duplicate it, and then we're gonna shift click our white, and we're gonna hit Control minus. We're just gonna cut, cut, cut. All right. So now if we look at this, how are we gonna look at this? you'll see that it's been cut. Now it's a little bit difficult to see because all this is together. So let's go ahead and do path and let's choose break apart. All right, now it's broken apart into many pieces, but now our C, shift click our O, our L, our B and our Y, Control K, that combines all those together. Now on the B side here, we have this piece and this piece and this piece. And let's go ahead and hit Control K, or yeah, Control K. And maybe we don't want to do that. Maybe what we'll do is we'll just do Control minus, and that will cut a hole in our white here. So now we've got this going on, just so you can see this. But we do need to go ahead and cut a hole in our O then. So let's go ahead and do that. So now you can see what we got going on. Okay. Now this piece here is our orange piece. Okay. And that's no big deal. We can go ahead and just double click on it. And all we're going to do here is alt click and just click all these nodes right here and just delete them. That's all we have to do. Just delete those. And then right here, we can click on that right there. So just come in here and click that path right there and just do 2-line. Okay. And then we're going to kind of do the same thing here, I think. We're just going to select those and boop, delete them. And then I would like to go ahead and convert that back to a line just to make sure it is a straight line. Now that's taken care of. So we can go ahead and turn that off. And now again, we have our lettering here. So we can go ahead and turn that off too. Now, with this is disconnected from this, but we can go ahead and combine those two now. Okay. Now the green here, we don't need the green piece no more. It's done its job. And let's go ahead and turn off the eagle head too, because what we have to do now is we have to fill this in. So the easiest way to do that is just grab our pen tool and click and click and click and click and click and click. And we'll click. Let's just zoom in, click, click. And all we got to do is just kind of come back around here to the beginning. That, and then grab our selection tool, shift click our white, Control plus, and now that is now solid again, and we can go ahead and turn that off. Okay, and now we kind of need to do the same thing here with the USD, so we'll go ahead and cut, shift click, cut, and then we'll take the USD315 and we'll hit Control K and we'll turn that off, and then everything that's left we don't actually need. So boom, dump it. So now if we turn everything on, we should have our finished design kind of sort of the way we want it. And we basically do. Let me look. That's kind of weird. So let's see if we can't just delete that. So that's a little bit weird. And then what do we got? We've got this, we've got that. All right. So let's just kind of recap what we actually have here. So the first piece is our black, it's solid. And then we have some orange border. Okay. And then we have this black right here is part of our black outline. And then we have our eagle and we have our USD text. So let's just start naming these parts because I think it can get a little confusing as to what's what. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So this is going to be our backplate. Okay. And then I'll tell you what, I don't like having my caps on though. Not that it matters. It totally doesn't matter. But it's just something I don't like. All right, so we'll turn that off, and then we have our orange. And you know what? Yeah, that's just our orange border. Okay, so let's go ahead and move it down here. Just drag and drop, and we'll do orange border. Okay, and then so let's just turn that off for a second. And then what? We're gonna do our white background. And we'll turn that off. And then we're going to do our orange ribbon. And that probably is going to go there. Not that it matters a whole lot. Then this piece here, we're just going to leave that alone for a moment. We're going to come back to that. We'll do our eagle head. And let's go ahead and move it down. Then what do we got? The mystery piece and then USD. So we'll go USD and turn that off. And then we have our Colby text. And then we'll go ahead and turn that off. And then what do we need? We need our backplate turned back on. Ooh, it's going to make it hard to see, isn't it? And we're going to need our orange ribbon. All right. So this is what I think we want to do. Okay. What I think we want to do here is we want to, how do we want to do this? I'm just going to make this a little bit more difficult probably than it needs to be. But let's go ahead and take our orange ribbon and shift click our black and duplicate those. So I'm going to hit Control D, and then I'm just going to use, I'm just going to go ahead and do Control minus. And what that does is, let me show you what it does here. We have this right now. And so what we're going to do here, that's just a little bit different, is we're going to go ahead and grab our rectangle tool, and we're just going to make a big rectangle, and then we're going to cut, Control minus, the top of that off, and then we're going to do the same thing to the bottom. So we're going to grab a big rectangle here and come over here, and we're going to cut the bottom part of that off. So Control minus, and so now if we look at what we've got, we have that. Okay, it's just a separate border basically. And so now what we're going to do is come back in here with our eagle head here. And let's go ahead and duplicate it. So we're going to duplicate the eagle head. So now it's back on top again. You see that? And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just like we did before, we're going to go ahead and just make it a little bit bigger. So we're going to offset it here. Now I don't know. We did one. We started with one, but then we grew it up a little bit, and I don't really know exactly how much we grew it, but we did grow it up a little bit. And so I'm going to take that and then shift click my green and Control minus. Okay, so now we have something that kind of looks like that, and I think that's fine. That's going to get us where we need to be, so I'll be happy with that. All right, so this piece here is back to our back plate again. So let's go ahead and turn on everything, and so we can get a good look at what we got. So this is the new, so we have that. We have this mystery piece, which actually I don't even think we need anymore. So let's just go ahead and delete that. We're going to delete the mystery piece. And then this is going to be our, we'll call it our ribbon border. Okay. So there's our ribbon border. So that is basically what our finished design is going to look like. I think it looks pretty good. So hopefully it'll all pan out in the end. And now we can go ahead and save this. I guess we should resize it to our finished size. So for our bead focal, what do we want to do? Let's just go ahead and set it to 30 millimeters. I don't know how big it normally is, but we'll just call it 30 mil. That's probably pretty close. That's just a little bit more than an inch. And so that's probably pretty close to what we need. Like I said, I don't know exactly, but we're going to call it right there. And then we can go in and I'll show you our next step, which is converting it into a 3D model. All right, so now we have our SVG created and saved. And there is our SVG here on our desktop, and we're going to drag and drop to the magic box. And now we have our 3D model. So we'll go ahead and open it up in Bamboo. Now the magic box is pretty magical, but it's not the end all be all. So in this particular instance, we do have one more thing that we need to do, but we need to do it here inside Bamboo. So we have our model created. So you see, that part of it's done. But now what we have to do is we have to make a little hole for our little string for our bead. Okay, so to do this, we're just going to right click here on our build plate and we'll choose add primitive cylinder. I don't know how thick that should be, so I'm just going to use my own judgment, and I'm going to say that it should be about 6 mil by 6 mil by, let's go 80 mil. I really don't know. And 6 mil looks awful thick now that I'm seeing it. So let's just do 3 by 3. Like I said, I don't really know how big it's supposed to be. But you would make it however big you want to make it. And then let's go ahead and lay it flat down. And then this is already centered. So we'll just right click on this and center it. Now if we look at this, we want it to, let's look straight down at it. So you can see it is centered in the design, but it's not centered vertically. And we can't move it vertically because it's not part of this assembly. So we're going to select this, shift control the assembly, right click and merge, and then we will alt click on just our cylinder and we'll go ahead and move it into the Z of 3. And why 3? Well, because this piece of the puzzle is only 6, and that'll put it right through the middle of this focal here. Now, what I would like to do is go ahead and I'll click this, and rather than cut the hole, I'm going to just change this into a negative part. So we cannot change the into a negative part unless it's part of an assembly. So now when we go to slice this, you're going to see what's going to happen here. We're going to get our hole all the way through. See that? We got a hole all the way through both sides. And there you go. Bob is your uncle. That's what it's going to look like, just like so. Now, sometimes we can get it looking a little bit better if we come over here to the Quality tab, and let's scroll down here, and sometimes right here under Wall Generator, if we switch it to Classic, and if we go over to Strength, and on the wall loops, we'll do 1, and sometimes that does give us a little bit better quality. Okay. So that's what it looks like. What if we put, what if we do put it back? I don't think it would matter too much on the wall loop situation. Actually, I think that does look a little bit better. Interesting. So there you go. I wonder what would happen just out of fun. Let's just do 3. We'll do 3 wall loops. Nope, doesn't look any better. So 2 it is. We'll go back to 2. But anyhow, that is your bead focal. Just that quick and easy. Nothing really to it. But yeah, so hopefully that helps you out, and now you know how to, and this process would be the same if you're doing a straw topper, or if you're making the little beads for the hoodie strings. Only thing that changes is the diameter of our cylinder, but now that it's in place, we can change that diameter of our cylinder with no problem. And we can make straw toppers and other types of things if we so desire. But that's how you do it. So hopefully that helps you out. And so until next time, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or need one-on-one training or some custom files made for you, this is my contact information, so feel free to reach out via email. You can text me. You could even give me a call. I'd be happy to answer questions or give you more details on the one-on-one training we offer, and as well as if you need custom files made until you are up to speed on how to make them yourself, feel free to reach out and we'd be happy to help you with that as well.